Imagine it's 1997 and a few years back you were responsible for making the best levels in one of the most important video games ever created. Imagine that those levels, included for free as shareware, were installed on more computers than Windows. Imagine that Bill Gates, at the time the richest man in the world, stood in front of a green screen proclaiming that the next version of the product that made him so incomprehensibly wealthy would run your product. And he's doing this in order to hype people for his already ubiquitous operating system. He's standing in front of a green screen that's projecting a virtual room that you designed in order to do this.
These games are getting really realistic. Next year I might even play in the big Doom tournament.
This little thought experiment is to put you in the headspace of one John Romero, and to help contextualize what's to come. What you gotta try to do when you get a job like mine here is you gotta get inside the mind of the people who made this. You have to be able to assume their perspective, and I can do that. It's an uncomfortable gift, but I can do it. On top of all that, some people might develop a bit of an ego. I mean, if you'd made Doom when you were 26, you would have let it get to you. If Gandhi had made Doom, that motherfucker would have been cruising around in Ferraris and thinking he was the king of the world too. I'm trying to explain this, kids, not excuse it, because this success wrought one of the most infamous failures to ever grace the video game industry, the legendary Daikatana. During the development of Quake, which took far longer than anyone at id had imagined, Romero had some ideas about what the game would be. High fantasy with medieval trappings. But the development was hell. Time to crack open this dusty old tome again, the forever important Masters of Doom.
The Wolfenstein engine had taken only a couple of months. Doom had taken 6. Already Quake's engine was passing a half year of development with no end in sight. Forget about the promised release date of Christmas 1995. From now on, if people wanted to know the completion date of an id game, the reply was, when it's done.
I know what you're saying. Why are you talking about Quake again, Civvie? Because every story needs a beginning, and Daikatana's beginning is here. Romero had been somewhat absent for the development of Doom 2, contributing only a few levels here and there. When he was asked for a design document, something practically unthinkable to id up until that point, he gave him a 2-page sketch for this giant ambitious project called Quake. Last time somebody wrote a design document, it was the Doom Bible, and that was from Tom Hall, and Tom Hall was long gone. It was 1995, and he was busy threatening San Francisco with missiles and hiding secret exits with obtusely placed touch plates. Inside id, people were getting frustrated, especially with John Romero. His ideas about the sprawling, time-jumping, complex new game were eventually tossed because Quake was taking forever. The view around the office was that John Romero wasn't really doing much work, but instead, death-matching. Death-frightening scion capable of seeing through the illusionary world before our eyes, John Carmack was starting to crack. And all the complaints about Romero's lack of work led to Carmack, and I swear to God I'm not making this up, writing a program that would log how much time Romero was working on his computer at the office. The results were not good, and we're still almost a year out from Romero officially getting the boot. So John Romero during this time is reconnecting with Tom Hall, and he says, "That thing that happened to you happened to me!" And it was then that the idea started to form. They were going to make their own company, with blackjack and hookers. While people at id were discussing shit-canning Romero, he was making plans with other people for a publishing deal for a company that didn't exist yet. That company would become Ion Storm. And so Romero and Tom Hall would go around shopping for a publisher. Eidos ended up giving Ion Storm the cash. Tom Hall went on to start his game, Anachronox, and Romero started his, Daikatana. Seeing this happen to id Software was like seeing the Beatles break up. Romero may have been shirking his duties, but something was clearly lost after Quake. A power dynamic shifted. It was about the technology now. In the time that Daikatana was being developed between 1997 and 2000, things went a little off the rails. In an interview with Wired News, Romero said,
"After I left, the mood at id turned dark and gloomy. No more plans to expand the company. No one to confront Carmack on important issues. I want to create more types of games with no limits on creativity. And I want as many resources, i.e. people, as I need to get the job done. That is why I left."
Carmack would eventually disagree with this assessment, and while Ion Storm and Romero took shots at id, portraying them as the square or out-of-touch old man who just didn't understand video games anymore, leading to wars of words, a public perception that John Romero was solely responsible for id's success rather than an ingredient of it, soon id Software and Ion Storm employees were getting in on it. Some saw the rockstar attitude that Ion Storm and Romero had taken up to be, well, a little excessive. I don't know, man, John Romero was famous for trash-talking in death matches, like he invented it or something. Eventually, this led to one of the most infamous pieces of gaming advertising in history. Romero didn't actually make this ad, but on the suggestion of Mike Wilson, a biz guy and an Ion Storm co-founder, the ad was gonna play. Romero expressed some hesitation when finally seeing it, and I'm quoting Mike's advice here, Don't be a pussy. And so the deathmatch trash talk turned advertising strategy was released onto an unsuspecting public. John Romero is about to make you his bitch. Suck it down. But then Romero saw what the Quake 2 engine could do and decided they should switch over to that, so the estimated 1997 release of Daikatana went up in smoke. Eidos was assured that it would only take a few more months to get Daikatana over to the new engine. Come hell or high water, Daikatana will be done February 15th, 1999. When Daikatana finally hit over a year later, it was savaged critically. And rightfully so for the most part, it was a disaster. The game that actually kept Ion Storm afloat was Deus Ex, and the Deus Ex team was the only one to survive Eidos' wrath. For a while. A sad story to be sure, and now you all have context for what you're about to see. And John Romero seems like a pretty cool guy nowadays from what I can gather. This is Daikatana. More precisely, this is Daikatana the way anyone should be playing it in 2020. 2 decades after its release with a fan patch. And if you think I'm wimping out in that this game is totally fine and fixed and it won't be a frustrating journey into the abyss, I could play Daikatana the easy way. There's an option in the patch to turn off AI companions. But I'm not doing that. Daikatana shipped with a save system that was limited to how many gems you picked up. And that's how I'm playing it. Even on my superpowered rig, this game is... Okay, can we do something about this?
You're the one who put the hair in, Civvie. Where did you get John Romero's hair?
Oh, I stalked him for a few years during college. Our hero, named Hero... I can feel the fucking bile rising in my throat just saying that. A sword fighting instructor.
Pardon the interruption, Miyamoto-san. There is a visitor waiting outside. Refuses to identify himself. Will only speak to the proprietor of the school. Also, Tanaka-san left a message earlier complaining about the injuries to his son.
A good way to introduce our hero, child abuser.
The visitor would not give his name.
Did Mishima-san send you? Tell him I'll have his money by...
I can assure you that I am not here on Mishima's behalf.
Oh no, come on, you're not gonna do this to me, Daikatana, please.
My name is Toshiro Ebihara.
If you're asking for some donation...
Perhaps, if you would allow me to explain, Miyamoto-san, you need only spare me a few moments.
Go on.
It's John Galt, voice of Lo Wang, and he's doing the same voice. He's doing Lo Wang.
I'll not here. They may be watching. Let's take a stroll. I promise you it will be worth your time.
And he's here to dump the entire backstory of this game over 6 fucking minutes. Mishima, bad guy, got big sword, went back in time to pull a Biff Tannen and make himself rich and powerful. And it's up to you, the descendant of the people who opposed him, to make things right. Some ninjas show up and kill him.
I hope you are paying attention. There is nothing you can do for me, hero. But find my daughter and the Daikatana.
I can't just...
Say nothing. I am sitting here, getting stiff.
But you hide in his coffin, which is taken to Mishima's fortress.
Ah, Bumplehead. Odds or even.
Yeah, but it's the same voice! And now you finally get to start playing Daikatana. Oh my god. Oh my god! Would you believe me if I told you that episode 1 of Daikatana is the absolute worst part? By a mile? Listen to it. Listen. I can't put into words how bad this sounds. Everything is Ugh. You like those giant robot mosquitoes because they're everywhere, and the robotic crocodiles and the frogs? The game is kind enough to tell you that you've been poisoned because everything is green and all the monsters you have to fight right now are tiny ankle-biting bastards and all you've got is the ion blaster, you know, like Ion Storm? And you can't use it in water or else you damage yourself. Yeah, that's absolutely a Romero idea. You can see why most people might be turned off from this game at first, right? So you're poisoned, your eyes and your ears hurt, nothing makes sense, and you've gotten an earful of wang for 6 minutes? You're breaking into Mishima's fortress to save Ebihara's daughter, Makiko? But first, you're going along through the green inferno, shooting mosquitoes and frogs, occasionally gun turrets, before you get to your first big boss battle with a giant robotic mosquito. Not only that, there's a very, very long secret area later where you get to fight it again, along with roughly 10,000 little ones, and for what? Another save gem? You get the C4 Vizzatergo. And maybe you're thinking, cool, a grenade launcher that works weird unintuitively and has a splash damage of a low-yield nuclear device. But you absolutely need it for the next section. It's sewer time! Oh, and this one burns, kids.
I don't have the firepower to blast through that gate. I wonder if I can... What the... Who's...
It's okay, a ghost opens the door for you. A ghost opens the door for you.
Whoa. What was that all about?
The game introduces these fucking rocket-launching mechs. No, wait a minute, go back, what was that? Okay, fine. And maybe by now you've leveled up. That's right, we have to talk about the RPG system. You can level up to increase your attack power, attack speed, running speed, jump height, and player health. All of this works, at least in this patched version, but you... By the end of this, you will all be witness to a great becoming. Daikatana lets you move fast already, so let's upgrade our speed first. One thing I can't fault Daikatana on, and why I suspect it still has a deathmatch community, is the player movement, which is really, really good. Controls very nicely, very smooth. Actually, really, really good player movement. The way Daikatana controls is the very best thing about the game. Can't recommend it enough. Too bad we're in the sewer and I'm not entirely sure this area was designed around you being super fast and agile. I keep trying to jump past this waterfall and I fall into it, and then falling into the water doesn't negate fall damage like it does in other games. Why? I don't know what they were thinking with this section of the game. Everything is a nightmare. You've got NPCs milling around doing nothing but screaming. You've got a million of these mechs, and of course, you have to find incredibly valuable secret areas, like this one, where you get a shotgun. Finally! I fucking hate it. You look at it and you think, hey cool, a double-barreled shotgun, belt-fed, that's great. What you have to learn about the weapons in Daikatana is this. There's almost always some weird quirk to them. You might mistake this for purposeful design, and maybe at one point it was. So every time you fire the shot cycler, it eats 6 of your shells, and very few of the enemies can tank that much ammo, so you're always wasting it. But you want to know what it is good for? Jumping. What the fuck? Why? I just wanted a shotgun! You thought, what if there was a rocket jump without the splash damage? You were deathmatching all day long and then you made this, didn't you? Didn't you, you son of a bitch? The gas fist, I don't even want to dignify with a response, and it doesn't even matter. I don't care how much damage it does. It's fucking ridiculous. And those enemies and hazards will fuck you up. You weren't ready, so you got maybe 2 save gems on you. I was always trying to be conservative with them, so I got to replay whole sections again and again because the game likes to be an asshole and do things like, I don't know, put you in an elevator and then trap you in there while enemies fuck you over. And my favorite part about the save system, about a third of my saves up to this point crash the game. This is patched. There are talented, hardworking people struggling 20 years after the fact to patch this. Although from what I can gather, this might be because I'm using the 64-bit version of the patch instead of the 32-bit one. It still crashes a lot less than the official version. These security guards are the worst. Hit scanners, deadly accurate. They're worse than the giant mechs that shoot rockets at you. Luckily, the game gives you a weapon that doesn't suck. The Sidewinder, a rocket launcher that shoots 2 missiles at a time and is actually good. Anyway, you make your way into the prison section and find your first AI companion. I mean, really, that name, come on, Superfly Johnson? Superfly Johnson. I'm not sure if that's charmingly tone-deaf or an awesome porn star name. You find him in... Ah!
Man, you toasted those dudes, but good. Thanks.
Don't mention it. What the hell is that anyway?
Just another one of Mishima's toys. Some sort of heavy-duty torture device. Pretty nasty, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you sound like you're in agony over it, so you want to come along, kill some guys, get stuck on stairs while I'm trying to exit a level?
I can't leave without my buddy Superfly.
Now how about lending me a hand in opening my cell?
Sure, I could do that, but you aren't in your cell, so I'm not sure how that would help.
I'm looking for someone. She's only been locked up in here for a couple of weeks.
An Asian girl?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so you've seen an Asian girl in Kyoto.
Do you have any idea where they took her?
Sure do. High security defense wing. I'll show you if you want. Got some business of my own to take care of there.
What kind of business?
The killing kind. Got a score to settle with the boss man.
Any ideas on how to get you out of that cell?
Access card behind the Mishima logo. You passed it on the way in.
But why? Once you have a companion, you need to get them weapons and ammo, or else they just go around punching things. And in unpatched versions, you also need to get them health. And with how stupid they are, no, fuck that, fuck that. You know what's cool? Enemy corpses are solid, so if you think you're just gonna shoot over one of them...
Watch your back! What the? Oh no! Hero got blown down!
Listen to this loading screen. This is how it was originally, except now in 1.3 it's faster. Superfly tells you about how he used to be chief security, but he spoke out against all this torture and imprisonment stuff, so they tortured and imprisoned him. I don't know what he expected. I assume he was bad at his job because he's terrible at being a companion.
You could just ask me to move.
Along the way, I upgrade my vitality, and every time you do that, it gives you another 50 points of health. There are health pickups, but you can also refill your health at portable hospital things, and they take forever. Because of how these levels are designed, get ready to open doors and round corners into gunfire. My god, it's just like blood. Except it sucks, and my shotgun is terrible. And the atmosphere is like covering Quake 2 and Nickelodeon GAC. And the C4 launcher is less intuitive than chucking bundles of dynamite. You know what? This is nothing like Blood. This is like Blood 2.
Yeah, it's fucking raw!
Here's another weapon, the Shockwave. The first time you use it, you're gonna kill yourself with it. Best you just shoot it into a room and back away because it's just, you can't even... Just look at it. Why? And before anyone points it out, yes, it is still like that when you're not powered up.
What kind of sick freaks would come up with something like this? Bring it on! Bring it on! What kind of sick freaks would come up with something like this?
He's talking about something else, like Mishima stealing corpses for stuff, I guess. I'm so done trying to understand what's happening. Eventually you find a teleporter, because Makiko isn't actually here. She's in the ice lab, the instant death pit lab. There's these guys with ineffectual weapons that can't hit you at medium range, but they still try, which is fun.
Watch your back! Hey, there's your girl. But we still have a ways to go before we can get her.
I'm Hiro Miyamoto. I came at your father's request. I'm here to rescue you.
My father, where is he?
I'm afraid he's dead.
What about Daikatana?
Look, I risked my neck saving you. Let's just concentrate on getting you out of here. The sword can wait.
No, it can't. The sword in question is worth more than 4 million credits.
Well then, looks like we're going after the sword after all. As long as I get my cut, of course.
Don't worry, you'll get what's coming to you.
Now we're gonna go to the vault. We've got our companions, everything is gonna work out just fine. I mean, there is this weird bug where my weapons disappear sometimes after opening the menu. I still have them, they're just invisible. Superfly and Makiko take commands from you, and the system for doing that isn't too bad, I guess. You have to cycle between them, and that's irritating, but otherwise you can tell them to grab stuff, to follow, to stay, back off, or attack. I figure one of them might want that rocket launcher that's, you know, the best weapon in the game so far. How about it, Superfly?
Don't want it.
Really? Because that shotgun is garbage. Makiko.
I don't want it.
Really? Okay. If you are playing the unpatched version where these guys can die, I suggest telling them to sit at the start of the level and doing everything yourself. Otherwise, you're just fucked. These NPCs standing in front of switches that I need to press, I don't feel good about killing innocent people just to get them out of the way. Fortunately, these two people who I just met have no problem with it. That's right. Kill him. Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Time for a beating! On my way. Take cover.
Do it. Do it.
Complete destruction! Let me get this one.
You gotta be kidding.
Do it.
Say bye-bye to life, miserable maggot.
Finally, time to get this sword that the game is named after, only 2.5 hours in. Subtracting all the time I wasted from dying, it feels longer because it's just been pain the whole way so far. Now that we're in the vault where the sword is, we can avoid the electric floor. Makiko will not avoid the electric floor by herself. Superfly didn't come in with us because he's a goddamn moron. I gotta kill these 3 brains in jars. Once I do that, I gotta deal with these twin giant frogs or whatever that do this to you. You get blindsided by them the first time and you die. Let me just— fuck! You can cheese them pretty easily, and then finally, you wield
The Daikatana.
But oh no! Mishima!
It's Mishima. And he's got another Daikatana.
But that's not possible.
Oh, but it is, my dear. Just one of those conundrums that crop up when dealing with time travel and alternate timelines.
Oh fuck, here we go with this now.
You see, I was visiting the year 2030 when I sensed a disturbance in the time continuum. I realize now that what I felt was the taint of your touch on the Daikatana, sending ripples through the time stream.
Why would my taint send ripples back in time?
Hollow words, Butcher. Your reign of terror is coming to an end.
Can I just interject that you only have the word of Lo Wang that the world you currently live in is an alternate future that wasn't supposed to happen? You know that guy you knew for 6 minutes?
I wouldn't come any closer if I were you. These two swords are actually one and the same. If they were ever to cross or touch in any way, the world as we know it would cease to exist, and we would all be destroyed. Do you dare risk that?
Okay, man, but what was the deal with the giant brains? Those were like the biggest brains. Where did you get those? He banishes you to a different time period. I want to speed this up. The stop and riff shit is exhausting, and it's only the first episode. My God.
Son of a gun. He did it. He really did it. He actually sent us back in time. Superfly? Mikiko?
Here's the thing, kids, after the first episode, and with the 1.3 patch that makes your companions invincible, Daikatana isn't nearly as bad. I mean, it's bad, it's terrible, but it's bad like The Room. I would suggest playing it now, because everything after the first episode is way less frustrating, and funnier. And here's the crazy thing, it plays better. You see how open this area is, and how I'm bunny hopping easily, gliding around at full speed? That's what the game was about, but until now you were stuck in shitty dark hallways and you couldn't actually do that. Like, everything is better now. And not just because you lost the sidekicks. The Daikatana sucks at first, but the more you use it, it slowly levels up. However, it only levels itself up. You don't get the XP for kills with it, so throughout the game I was like, okay, I'll use the Daikatana. But then when I leveled it up, I went to use the other weapons because I wanted to level my character up. That's about how it went for a while. Because Daikatana is a big epic game, each time period you visit has new weapons and enemies. You get the Discus of Daedalus, a boomerang-like spinning blade that you can collect several of, throw, and use for melee. It works good. I like it. I like it. I feel like the game might have had some better review scores if you left out the first 3 hours of it, you know, the parts of the game that the reviewers probably played an hour of. In Greece, you'll find skeletons, more skeletons, spiders, giant spiders, griffins, werewolves, Draculas, fish. They all do so much less damage than any of the enemies in Episode 1, like a fraction of the damage of a rocket mech or a hit scanner. It might have something to do with all the armor pickups, since armor soaks up damage like a sponge, and there are frequent pickups that give you 400 armor points on top of my 200 HP. The game's difficulty when you're not having to deal with sidekicks goes right down the crapper.
It was not meant to be a beginner's FPS, but rather an expert FPS that required more than just the player hopping around and thinking only of themselves like most other FPSs. This new play mechanic threw many people off the game because it was too difficult.
Yeah, difficult, because the AI doesn't know how stairs work.
Hello there. I'm looking for some friends of mine. Perhaps you've seen them. You probably can't even understand me, can you?
Drachma.
Drachma, eh? I'm Hero.
Who the fuck is Drachma? Do they know how to use stairs?
Charon. Drachma.
Huh?
Drachma.
Oh, I get it. Drachma's your local currency. You want money to take me across.
Drachma.
Drachma. Right. I'll be back. Glad to see you're still here, Karen.
Oh damn, did he just call him a Karen? That is cold as ice, Hero.
Drachma. You'll have to bear with me. I'm a little lost, so I'm not exactly sure where I should get off.
Catacombs.
Oh man, that's cool, you speak English now. I'm tossing discs at people, I'm leveling up my sword, it glows now, swings faster, time to stop using it so I can level my character. Let's get another impractical and weird weapon, the snake staff. Were you tired of only being able to get poisoned by exposing yourself to robot frogs? There must be a better way. There is! This bullshit right here. It melees close enemies, but it spits venom at far away enemies, but the venom bounces? Would that not happen? This game has actually gotten so easy that I realize I can only carry 3 save gems at a time. I always kept a single backup in Episode 1, but without Mikiko or Superfly, I'm not having a bad time.
Man. That was stupid.
Hiro, is that you?
Any sign of Superfly?
I haven't seen him. He could be anywhere. I say we forget about him and move on.
No way. I can't leave without my buddy Superfly. I can't believe you're being so cavalier about a guy who risked his own skin to rescue you from Kage's clutches.
Don't get self-righteous on me. I'm just being practical. Chances are, this Johnson fella will end up stabbing us in the back somewhere down the pike.
I think you're underestimating him. For all we know, Superfly may very well turn out to be the one to tip the scales in our favor next time we face Mishima.
I wonder where we are.
Only one way to find out.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Take cover.
Makiko, what the fuck? I didn't tell you to pick that snake staff up. I don't want you to have that. Where did you get that? Makiko, no! There's some living statue in this level that can only be killed with this new weapon, the Hammer of Hades, which, get this, is a barely useful weapon with a weird quirk. I upgraded my jump, gotta do that. Oh, it's that sound from that old TV show, you know the one. Anyway, that plays every time I jump now. Okay, I found out where I need to go, which means I get to play my favorite game, Where's Makiko? God damn it, Makiko. We're at a point where in a game that up until now has been completely linear, you need to go around a hub and find 5 keys to open a door that I didn't even find the first time I played through until I had all of them. And this time I missed one and I had to go back and search for a while. This is basically a Hex and 2 hub. Got another weapon to add to the It's Almost Cool But It Hurts You For No Reason collection. This trident, it has splash damage, because of course it does, and its ammo comes in statues. The whole thing, you take the whole statue. I also upgrade the Daikatana to level 3, and it's even glowier. That's the first part of the Aegis key, which you might think opens this door here, but no, this door is opened by this touch plate in another room, which is actually unrelated, and I only knew because I'd played this before and wandered around looking for a long, long time. What I'm saying is that maybe this part isn't intuitively designed. Fucking roll! But look at how fast I am. This is speed level 3 out of 5.
I can't leave without Makiko. I can't leave without Makiko. I can't leave without Makiko.
Once you find the Aegis keys, you have to fight Cerberus, which is, you know, there are 2 kinds of bad games. One kind is the capstone kind, where the designers had no idea what they were doing, and so it's a mess. And the other is the kind where you had good designers who knew what they were doing, but didn't have the time or resources to finish what they'd started because it was too ambitious or whatever, which is equally disastrous. Daikatana falls squarely into the latter, and Cerberus, I want to make jokes about this, but I would have to be able to comprehend the thought behind it. I had to find 5 keys to open this room so that a gate would lower as soon as I went in to trap me in the arena where I have to fight Cerberus, but where is Cerberus? I know, he's a boss, right? Let's put him down at the end of a long cave and have him not easily kill you.
I think it's supposed to be Athena. Amazing how lifelike she looks. Almost as if she'd been frozen in place.
Oh God, I think I know what that shield was warning us about. This must be one of the lairs of Medusa.
And there's only one way, supposedly, allegedly, but unproven, and I know for a fact that the non-patch version you don't have to do this, but the only way to kill Medusa is with the Eye of Zeus.
Behold, the Eye of Zeus. May its awesome light guide you to victory against the treacherous Medusa.
Hey, Katie, can you just pitch that up for me a little bit?
Behold, the Eye of Zeus. May its awesome might guide you to victory against the treacherous Medusa.
The weapon is actually pretty good, though.
I say we go down the hole.
Yeah, well, you're stupid and I hate you. But I think we have to go down the hole. I want to use the Eye of Zeus more, but I want to level up the Daikatana, so... It's so bright, it's hurting my eyes. It takes up half the fucking screen, my god! Alright, enough screwing around. Yeah, I just zapped Medusa a few times because she gets stuck under here, and that frees Superfly. Shit.
Amazing. The sword must be absorbing whatever residual mystical energies remained in Medusa's body after her death. Superfly, it's good to see you. We feared the worst.
Yes. Feared. All the other statues come back too and you have to fight them. I'm sure this is less boring when your companions keep getting killed.
I'm hoping the Daikatana was charged enough by the energy it absorbed from Medusa to open up a time portal.
Didn't I pick up a weapon that was like of Zeus? Who talked to me? Oh, fuck it. Let's just...
Mishima.
Misguided fools. Did you really think it would be that easy to escape my notice? Nice try, hero. But your control over the Daikatana's mystical properties is limited at best. And no mere novice is going to take down a master.
Hey, my Daikatana's at level 4, motherfucker. It'll probably burn out my retinas at level 5. Did you guys know that the definitive version of Daikatana is the one on the Game Boy Color? Yeah, so I thought it would be cool to give a quick look to the console ports of Daikatana because they exist. And this one here on the GBC is actually the best version of the game. It's kinda Zelda-like, a request made by Romero himself. Still keeping the RPG action flavor of it and probably giving the best rendition of the game's story. Well, it's not really my kind of game, it seems fine, pretty good even. I can't say the same for the port that ended up on the Nintendo 64. Imagine the PC version of Daikatana with worse graphics, worse controls, and shaved down to about a quarter of the size. That's Daikatana on the N64. As soon as you start the game, you might have some trouble progressing because you get to this door that you have to crouch under. How do you crouch? You press a button combination. You have to press A and hold the right trigger. Because the N64 controller just didn't have enough fucking buttons on it to get the job done. I mean, I'm playing with a DualShock 4 because as has been discussed before on this channel, the N64 controller is a piece of shit. One of those pitiful things that are born in hospitals from time to time. They feed it and keep it warm, but they don't put it on the machines and it dies. Yes, the Nintendo 64 controller really is a Thomas Harris reference. No companions in this version, but I only played up until reaching Superfly anyway, which took about 20 minutes instead of the hour it takes in the PC version. The weapons are kind of the same, everything is just slower and blurrier, like trying to play the PC version underwater. The way you level up is also faster, and you don't get to choose how and when you do it, it just happens. It says, your skill is increased, now go kick butt. This is pretty terrible. If you want a full breakdown, you should wait for the eventual AVGN episode about it, because it's a pile of putrid anus puke. That's puke that comes out of the anus, and is putrid. Mishima sends you off to medieval Norway, the most metal location of all. It's a plague-ravaged village with zombies, I guess. Yeah, zombies, or whatever they are. Daikatana fodder, mostly. And I think to get to level 5, you have to kill twice as many monsters with the Daikatana. And all that time, I'm gonna be neglecting my other stats. Look at this, can you honestly say that I'm fast enough? New weapons and new enemies again, you get a decent bolter crossbow, and you need to kill rats and zombies. Teleporting zombies, you need to jib.
Those things give me the creeps.
That's not all they'll give you if you're not careful. Ever hear of the bubonic plague? Stuff's highly contagious. Whole damn village seems to be infested. So watch yourselves.
Point taken.
I'm not a student of history, but I'm 90% sure that those weren't plague zombies.
Who's there?
Please, don't hurt me. My name is Masudi. Like you, I was seeking refuge from the puboids. Are you strangers to this region?
Yes. We come from a faraway land.
Never have I seen such a weapon as this. I can still sense the sword's latent power. Are you some sort of mystic warriors?
Oh, us? No, we're not mystic, I don't think. Superfly used to round people up for torture and execution. Makiko's gonna stab me in the back in a few hours, and I hit children with sticks. But that's not really— oh my god!
Nice fucking model!
So you ready for this? You have to find and assemble a sword, a really big and powerful sword. Not like the big and powerful sword you already have, you stupid asshole, a different one. This guy Mudslide.
My name is Masudi.
So this guy Mudslide says he'll help you overthrow an evil tyrant and save the world if you help him overthrow an evil tyrant and save the world. And I'm wondering, if no one was here in the Middle Ages to stop this plague, which seems pretty serious, would it have spread out of Norway, which of course the Black Plague obviously did. But this has like magic and stuff, so it's more serious. If Mishima hadn't thrown the three of us back in time, then no one would have done anything and it would have ended the world, right? Or is this one of those problems that stays in a single village? What the fuck is this plot? I'm skipping over a bunch of this. It's like 5 straight minutes of exposition, which is obviously what this story needed. There's a dope fish secret over here. Apparently there's one in each episode, but this is the one that I found. So you're going around picking up little shapes that open a door, and really, this episode isn't bad. It might be the best one in the game in terms of design and playability, you know, if you don't have to worry about escorting your companions through it. If you're doing that, forget about it, they'll die all the time. Now, before I leave the village and get over here to put those keys in, we gotta play my next favorite game, Where's Superfly?
I can't leave without my buddy Superfly.
Hey, watch where you're going.
I'll be there in a sec.
There he is. There's Superfly.
I can't leave without my—
Fuck! You're gonna find this weapon, the Silver Claw, in town, and while it might look like a useless melee weapon, you will need it to permakill certain monsters who will keep getting up, because the Daikatana, it just isn't powerful enough for that, you know. Maybe once it's at level 5. There's another weapon that'll jib a lot of these monsters, which might be the best weapon in the entire game, besides the Daikatana, but it doesn't hurt your eyes to use it, so it wins out. The Ballista. Now you've got to deal with whatever these things are called. Smaller than the mechanical frogs, harder to hit, showing up in packs, attacking faster and more often, but the poison seems to last a shorter time than it did before. I don't know, they suck. You will end up just getting poisoned over and over and over again, likely from something you can't see yet or you won't notice, but don't worry, it doesn't really matter.
Makiko!
Oh no, Makiko is sick.
Look, I'm not helpless.
Nobody said you were.
Yeah, I think I said useless, not helpless. So you remember how companions are useless and you have to lead them around by their nose most of the time? Well, now Superfly is carrying Makiko, and he doesn't seem to attack anything because he's carrying her in this dungeon full of lava and pitfalls and such. So even with the patch, just tell him to sit here and do nothing and come back for him later. I should mention that the game seems to be balanced around having your companions suck up the health and armor pickups, and past episode 1, the game gets really, really easy when they're not doing that. Even when you're alone, the damage that enemies do is trivial for the most part. Remember how I said that like a third of my save games were getting corrupted? I assume that's still true, but I haven't actually died much since episode 1. Medusa got me a couple of times until she got stuck. But if you leave the companions behind at the beginning of the level and power through it like that, you're still getting those pickups. What I'm saying is don't play with the companions. They're even locked out of certain sections. Not like it matters. They can't do anything here, so... This episode has several bosses, and they're all just... 3 wizards. Each gives you a special weapon. The first wizard, named, I don't know, Fireman, is here. He is the hardest to deal with. Maybe. It's tough to judge the consistency of anything in this game, so let's just... He's a circle-strafing target for the most part. He gives you a staff that shoots giant lava rocks. I'm sure there's a more technical term for them. Cool, cool. It's useful enough even if it behaves weirdly because this is Daikatana. Time to escape this dungeon, finally.
You better go on ahead. I can't do that while I'm carrying Makiko.
Looks like we're going into more castles. Cool castle level, though. Oh shit, is that a dragon? Oh man. Cool. That's enough, we need to get serious. We gotta kill Lightning Wizard. See, Superfly is still dumb, and he'll run into a room full of lightning while defenseless, carrying Makiko on his back. You gotta destroy this little lightning tower first. I got a spellbook which might have had something to do with it, but I can't be 100% sure with this game. Chase him out of this room until he gets stuck on the stairs. If you're lucky, he will at some point stop being stuck on the stairs, and he'll run back into the room he started in and open a secret bookcase to run outside, at which point he'll get stuck on a door. Here, let me get that for you. Now we get a lightning staff. Sure, why not?
We'll have to cut across this cemetery. It's probably the shortest route to Gareth's castle.
Yo, Home Slice. You sure you want to do that? May not be wise to mess with the undead. I mean, hell, the way our luck's been going, it wouldn't surprise me in the least if this place was freaking haunted.
What's the matter? You're not superstitious, are you?
I need to stop and marvel at the sentence that was just uttered in this game. The game where you fought skeletons, horrible creatures, zombies, powerful beings from Greek myths, one of which turned Superfly to stone 2 hours ago, and by the way, the literal undead.
You're not superstitious, are you?
You've seen a ghost twice!
I think this next wizard is going to be a lot worse than those other two.
Now we get Nar's Nightmare. Let's see what this does.
We just keep going lower now. How are we ever going to get out?
Okay.
There's something about these items we picked up from Nar. It's hard to describe. There's a stench of evil about them. Makes me uncomfortable. Almost feel leery about using them.
Cool, thanks for the heads up. Didn't this game used to be about a sword, and not this sword? So I'm going along, killing all the king's men, slaying another dragon who can't seem to do anything to stop me. It almost hit me once. The king has gone mad, and he has all the powers of the previous wizards, which thankfully also includes getting stuck on stairs.
The king's down, but by no means out for the count, and he's still a basket case.
Musilde. I was wondering when you'd show up.
Hey, Mudslide's back. Thanks for doing nothing this whole time while I killed everyone in the kingdom. The sword you've been collecting pieces of cures the king of his madness. Mudslide helps make a cure. Makiko is saved. Time to say the words and get out of here.
Did you say the words right this time?
Oh, fuck. Here we go with this again.
My patience with you is wearing thin. Surrender, and I promise to make your death swift and painless.
Oh, it's a little late for that.
You're nothing but a petty tyrant and a coward, like your ancestors before you. And we're gonna take you down.
This isn't edited. This is what this looks like.
Give it up, Kage. You're no match against those who serve the path of honor and justice. It's over.
I hate to break it to you, hero, but your confidence in your companion's loyalty to your cause is misplaced.
What are you talking about?
Haven't you figured it out yet? I'd have thought that Usagi's ghost would have warned you about placing your faith in allies who are not worthy of your trust.
He hasn't actually said anything to me. He just opens doors and stuff. Has he talked to you? And we're in San Francisco in the year 2030 on Alcatraz. This is where Mishima came first to start his evil world domination plan, so we can just make our way to his corporate headquarters and deal with him. They don't know that yet, so Superfly interrogates a prisoner.
I'd be more than happy to help you folks out. For a price.
I got a counteroffer. Tell us what we want to know, and maybe you'll come out of this with your limbs still attached to the rest of your body.
Yeah, don't you see that guy out there with the big sword?
I'd cooperate with my friend here if I were you. It's not wise to cross him, especially when he's got a serious mad-on going.
I'm sorry, a what?
A serious mad-on.
A rage boner?
I can see that.
Ew. Time to escape from Alcatraz, where you're given weirdly practical weapons like this pistol and this shotgun. All these prisoners are basically unarmed, so I'm going to use their blood to fuel my steel. We're getting close to fully leveling the Daikatana, so close, maybe 40 or 50 more prisoners. And rats, can't forget rats. They're not plague rats this time around, but still.
Check that out.
Ooh, shiny. Ebonite armor. I wonder what... Okay, who started the dryer? Makiko? Superfly? I know it was one of you, everybody else is dead. Okay, the coast of the island, we're almost out. We're back to dealing with hit scanners and rocket launchers, so the enemies are now more dangerous than they've been since episode 1. I have a gun you might actually mistake for an energy weapon, but it is in fact a freeze thrower. Let's go for a swim, and sharks? Really? Did we really need sharks in this game? Sharks that take a surprising amount of damage and come in swarms? Fuck you, Daikatana. And of course, the freeze thrower projectiles bounce around and hurt you because it wouldn't be the freeze thrower from Duke 3D if it didn't. Here we go. 100% Daikatana. We're at max blindness. Okay, we've leveled up. We're doing it. We're maxing out player speed. We're the fastest ninja swordsman in the world now. We're peak Romero. We're...
Do you see? Do you see? You are privy to a great becoming. You recognize nothing. You are a man. The afterbirth. Before me, you rightly tread. I am the dragon, and you call me insane.
Let's just get out of Alcatraz. Let's go. It's boat chase time. Hero, being a brilliant tactician, crashes the boat after Superfly tries to lead them away, leaving you with only Makiko. We're still trying to get to Mishima's fortress, picking up some new weapons, a chain gun, and it does everything a chain gun should. Finally, it's getting a cool looking and functional weapon that doesn't hurt you, whereas most of the other weapons spawn after you make a wish with a monkey's paw. I'm numb. I'm fucking done. I just want to finish this. Episode 4 after Alcatraz feels a hell of a lot more like episode 1. Stuck in tight corridors with hit scanners, at least the weapons are better. But this final section isn't just a test of your abilities in combat, no. It's a test of your abilities as a leader. It's the final boss in trying to convince your companions to do what the fuck they're supposed to.
On my way. On my way. On my way. Stop pushing me around.
Get off the platform, Makiko.
I'll be right there.
Get off the platform, Makiko.
On my way. On my way. Coming.
Okay, good. Let's go. No! No! Makiko, you bitch! Okay, here we go. Send the elevator away with her on it and she'll jump off. Cool. Okay, finally, we're done with... No. No, please, God, no, not again! No! You know what? Fuck it. I'm done. I'm leaving you behind it because I walk into a cutscene at the end of this map. The level lets me leave without Makiko. Yes! But my weapon also disappears, and I'm pretty sure a sequence broke to get up here to the end, so that's cool.
This is so bizarre. Never thought I'd be coming face to face with one of my ancestors.
I can't wait to see how absolutely fucking chud ugly he is. You know he is.
The man you know as Kage Mishima is from our future. He traveled back in time in order to alter history and set himself up as some sort of supreme ruler. It sounds ludicrous, I know, but you've got to believe us.
The man has been nothing but charitable to me.
For heaven's sake, he stole your vaccine and robbed you of the glory of making the greatest scientific discovery of the century.
What are you talking about?
You're the original creator of the vaccine for the mutagenic Marburg pox filovirus, not Mishima.
What?
My god, are you telling me that Mishima is a plagiarist?
My god. Somehow, I know you're speaking the truth. It's like a part of me has always known.
That's convenient. So we can go now. Assault his home, activate ladders in different parts of the level by finding tiny little hidden buttons. Yes! Mishima escapes in a chopper to the Navy training base. Superfly shows up out of nowhere, so he's back. Awesome, this is exactly what I needed.
My buddy Superfly.
Makiko cons her way past these guards. Jesus Christ. Okay, this game is getting the Lifetime Achievement Award for
Nice fucking model!
Okay, after going through all these traps, this gauntlet, which seems to have a save gem between every part, thanks, we're almost to the end of the final confrontation with Mishima. I just have to get Makiko and Superfly through this shortcut. Both of them. Down and up ladders.
I'll be right there.
I'll be there in a sec. Chill, dude, I'm coming. Chill, dude, I'm coming.
I'll be right there.
Okay, there we go, we're ready.
Honor demands retribution for the atrocities committed by you and your ancestors.
So be it.
Curse you, hero. Why won't you yield?
I can't. Not while the blood of Usagi and all the other Miyamoto since and before him runs through my veins.
Usagi's ghost shows up and gives you power, and I guess you, oh god, I'm so tired. I'm just gonna zap him with the super laser a few times and finish him off with the Daikatana. Now I have to be really careful because if the two swords touch, absolutely nothing happens.
Caught the tail end of your duel, kid. Nice work. You okay?
Yeah. I'm alright.
So what now?
I'm not sure. Depends on...
Hiro, your sword. It's gone.
Whoa. What just happened here?
I'm not really up to speed on the intricacies of time travel paradoxes. But it's possible that Mishima's death nullified the alternate timelines that were created when he altered history. We'll have to hurry if we want to get back to our own time before we're caught in the backlash and wiped out of existence.
The only Daikatana we got left seems to be running on empty. Looks to me like we're stranded again.
Maybe not. I've got an idea.
Oh, this is rich. This is beautiful.
The reactor's core is our only viable power source.
That's crazy. We don't even know if the Daikatana can harness a jolt of such magnitude.
Got any other suggestions?
Yeah, I have one. Don't do that, because it's obviously stupid. Makiko, your ancestor's a scientist. You could probably ask him. He might know. Oh, we're just going with this? Okay, have fun with fatal radiation sickness.
Hey! What happened to the lights?
Something's wrong. Something's definitely wrong. What the... Where did it go?
Where did what go?
The Daikatana. It's gone.
What? How is that?
Sorry, Hiro. 2 against 1 isn't quite fair. Mishima was right about me. You should have listened to him while you still had the chance.
Mikiko is evil now. She wants power. Her ancestors weren't actually heroes, but evil, bloodthirsty bandits, and she's gonna kill you. I'm not playing that whole cutscene. It's like 3 minutes long. Let's just get on with it.
Stand down, Mikiko. It doesn't have to end this way.
The only thing ending here today, hero, is your life!
It should never have come to this.
I agree. Stop subscribing to this channel.
Maybe it won't have to.
Hero sets things right, sort of, becomes a hermit to guard the sword. Mikiko and Superfly are alive again. I don't even want to think about how any of this shit works. Superfly is chief of security for Mikiko's father, Master Wang, and I guess they're not evil anymore, and he's not evil, but Okay, you know what? No more video games for a while. Let's just toss them out the window. Oh, yeah, okay, I forgot this was a thing. What? Oh, what the? Ew. Is that it? You know, I put this shit at the end of the videos because everybody's already been through the ad breaks. I told you Romero was a cool dude. I knew his hair held power.
Hello, Civvie. Thank you for playing through Daikatana. I know it wasn't easy for you.
Well, episode 2 and 3 were pretty easy, but what were you even thinking with the shot cycler, man? Was that like a high idea?
Now, with this power, the world can rejoice. We can do so much for humanity. We can rebuild. We can provide for everyone. We can turn hate into love.
Specimen immobilized. Please send a containment team to floor 105, cell 11.
Oh, god damn it. I'm gonna need a new PC. And skin grafts. What's gonna happen to that?
Classified relocation.
Oh, down on 110? Cool. That's too bad. He seemed like a nice guy.